Do you have the copy? Oh, hello.
Hello again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Alright, whenever you guys are ready.
Alright, cool.
Boner to boner. I don't
Yeah,
know
dude.
if I accept that.
Oh, you have to. You're in this. Alright, so is one of us gonna do the countdown, or is Faulty gonna do the countdown?
One of you guys can do it.
Okay, cool.
It's all
Alright,
yours.
you ready, Parsa?
I'm good to
3,
go.
2, 1, go. Alright, now we're on Boner Part 2. And pretty much the same thing as the last Boner, it's just any percent up into the level that you want, which is the Boner level that's enchanted.
So I guess one thing to quickly note is Grant is probably already rapidly moving ahead of me because I'm on PS2 and he's on PSTV. I am using
Yeah, I have it.
FPS, but that's prone to crashing in certain cutscenes. It's an easy
Yeah, I forgot
fix,
about
but yeah, something to note for sure.
Are you on 1.1 or 1.0?
I am on 1.1.
Alright, well good, it makes up for it. You get the nice Bianca text box. Yeah, there's two versions of this game, and there's like some very slight differences between them, and a little bit faster Bianca text is one of them. Yeah, that was a proxy. It was cool.
But I'll keep going, I guess. These for nothing this morning. I'll try once more. I don't think I've that abused too many times because I need the lives in Enchanted.
Yeah.
I can try. So yeah, that wall just isn't actually there. Another case of they needed to sort of optimize things as best they could. So anything that they thought didn't need collision, they just didn't code collision for it. So
Yeah.
if you get a proxy high enough, you can just glide straight through that wall into the end of the level.
Alright, this is Seashell. That was a swim in air. Basically, Seashell has a couple strats that you can do. There's a way that you can go from the beginning of the level to the end of the level, but they're all pretty difficult. I guess I'll try the proxy, just because I have such a great lead right now.
We're also doing different routes, and people can't even
Oh, are
see
we?
me. So, yeah, I don't do the early seashell thing.
Okay, well there's that. That's a very good
Doing,
proxy.
Cloud. So, I guess to note, what I just did in Cloud is called a momentum conservation jump. If you jump right after you charge, then you keep some of that momentum, and we use that to just skip straight to the end of the level.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, the route difference is like a second, I think. It's literally just the movement between Sunny and Cloud or Sunny and Seashell. It's a little bit faster to go to Seashell, but it's almost a second, not even a second.
Yeah, I think it's something like half a second, somewhere around that realm, so it's not much. It's more or less down to preference.
Alright, and this is a wall glide to get on top of Molten Crater. And then after you get on top of it, you go under it. And there you go, you're in the level. They really didn't try to keep you out of bounds too hard in this game. They didn't understand movement mechanics too well. So it's pretty easy to get out in most places.
They did manage to fix the double jump that was in Spyro 2, so it's not quite as broken as that game is. But no, you can still abuse things pretty well to actually get out of bounds and do things that they didn't really expect, as evidenced by the any percent run everyone saw earlier.
Yeah. Who did any percent?
Faulty.
Nice. Alright. Now I do Cloud.
First try wall glide. It's nice. more or less the hardest trick in Sunrise Spring.
Yeah, Molten Crater is once you get past Molten Crater, you're past everything hard.
Mm-hmm. And a nice ball proxy too. Good stuff.
Nice.
So I guess I'll quickly mention ball proxy. It's an animation proxy. The boar's hitbox sort of changes a lot when it goes through the animation for rearing its head up as you glide over it. And if you charge at the right time while you're gliding over it, you sort of are in its hitbox and then you get thrown out and keep some momentum from the charge and get thrown up into the air.
Yeah, it's one of the weird proxies. Most proxies are activated by like walking into something that you get stuck in and it flings you out, or you tap X inside of a dead body. But for that one, you press square and it gives you the proxy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is Sheila. 1 second. I need to take some time to post a copy pasta. There we go. That's important.
Yeah.
If you guys could just spam that while I'm in this level, that would be cool. And then spam it when Parso gets in the level too, just for good measure.
I just entered as well, so it's actually pretty close.
Nice.
So yeah, simple level, something something, fuck Billy and Bobby.
Yeah.
There's a lot of RNG in this level. It's one of the more RNG heavy points in like the entire game, and in this run it's pretty much all there is as far as RNG. The
Yeah,
RNG is essentially just where these Rhinox at the end of level are positioned and how they move about.
yeah. Good thing is the first one in the level can sometimes walk through the wall, so he can hide from you if he wants to.
Yeah.
For some reason, they don't care about where the walls are, and they don't really care about where the floors are. They just walk on a certain level of height, and as long as they stay in their zone, it doesn't really matter if there's a wall in their way or not.
So now I'll be walked over to Buzz. I'll probably end up crashing on this cutscene again, so Grant can gain some more time on me.
Heck yeah. Yeah, this is Buzz. A lot of his attacks are determined by whether or not the camera's looking at him. So, you know, normally after you hit him, he does the little flame barrier thing and prevents you from hitting him immediately. But if we bring him to the edge of the area, we can stop him from doing his spin attack. And if we turn the camera away from him, we can prevent the flame shield. So you just really run through this very quickly.
Yeah, the principle behind the flame shield part of that anyway is that anything that is off camera, again in the same vein of like stuff not having collision, if it's off camera, they don't bother running all the code and programming and stuff for it, because that just saves them some processing power, which was important back in the day. And so if you put it off camera, it just doesn't happen.
Alright, so now we get to do the worst swim in the game. It's called Bridge Swim. It's completely RNG and there's no skill to it. That's not entirely true, but that's what it feels like. But basically you get stuck underneath the bridge and you clip between the top of the bridge and the water. And if you swim at the right time, it'll push you up through the bridge and out into the level. It's mostly just timing. There's a little bit of variance with how Spyro bobs out of the water and stuff. Alright, and then we use that to swim into Enchanted, so we don't have to talk to Hunter and spit the rock.
Yeah, the water also moves up and down a little bit as well, which affects how you actually, or how high you jump, and there's just a lot of small variance to this that makes it a little bit difficult.
Alright, here's the first important part of Bonedance. You have to get a proxy that launches you high enough to get to the highest bone in the level. Since we don't have Sergeant Bird, we can't fly up there, so we have to make do other ways. Alright, there we go, that one should make it.
Grant has gotten that already. This more or less should be sealed at this point. It's definitely the hardest part of Enchanted Towers, so once you get that, it's all sort of running through the motions.
Yeah, there's still several difficult jumps. I could die somewhere, but that's the biggest factor. Like that jump right
Definitely.
there is a pretty precise wall glide that I just missed. You have to jump off of this slope, which doesn't want you to jump off of it, and then get a wall glide around here to make that hover.
Beautiful proxy that was. Could have
Alright.
jumped higher.
Alright.
Oh, come on. Don't want to have to cheat. One more chance and I have to.
Okay, so this is a glide that I might miss. There we go. And over here.
There we go. That was actually really nice. I got proxied towards the place where I was going, so that actually saves quite a bit because I had quite a bit more momentum, I would say, than if I was gliding over.
Yeah.
That worked out pretty well.
Alright, and there's the Bonedance. Bonedance in Spyro 3 actually kind of sucks. They made it longer than the song, so the last half of the dance doesn't have any music.
Totally didn't cheat there. No cheats at all were used in the speedrun.
Cheats are banned. And Parso's an upstanding citizen, he would never cheat.
Naturally, my internet was probably up fine and perfect for that, for everyone to see.
Alright, and that's time.
Okay, finally got that wall glide. Now there's not too much left to do. Those first two bones are definitely the pressure point for this run. The other hard glide that Grant would have mentioned is a little tricky, but those first two are definitely the really difficult points in this level. This one's especially not too bad if you take a second to set it up. And then, yeah, similarly to Spyro 2 Bonedance, you want to be essentially knowing where the bones are going to go when you kill the lizards or whatever they're called. Yeah, now we've got the Bonedance as well. Isn't too bad at all, bar having to cheat. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Grant's on beta, so I was just balancing the playing field.
Pretty much. Have you ever seen Farley do a backflip? I didn't know he did this.
I can't say I have. I've heard him yelp though. Is that Farley? Or is... Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he does backflips when you flame him. Wait, why didn't I get a cutscene for that? There it goes. It's because I moved the ball.
So yeah, it's all the boners you're gonna get today. No
Yeah,
bonus.
unfortunately Spyro 1 doesn't have any boners, and there are no more other bone dances, so that's where the duology ends. No more boners. But what's up after this?
I am actually not sure.
Faulty should know.
Up next, we got Spyro Orange. We're trying to beat Cortex for
my
Mikatosh.
boy,
sick.
Mikatosh. Heck yeah.
Alright. Well, good luck at
Thanks, guys.
Katosh.
Thanks, guys, for those runs.
Yep.
See
Later.
you later.
Great.